Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. My name is Razial. You can call me Raz. I want to say thank you for your engagement with the first episode of the series. Even when I did it at my weakness, I managed to pull it all out. I'll continue improving in my video editing to reach to the goal of 100 subs this year. In today's video, other than being obvious due to the title, I wanted to add more to it. What we will see in this video, the general idea, the history, the tradition, the media impact, influence, and finally, a gift at the end of the video. Jake and Jade will be helping me with the longer section of the video, so you don't have to get bored. Quick disclaimer, all the information I will be presenting in this video are 100% public. I do not own any of the information, but the editing and the making of the video is all on my own. Without further ado, let's get started.
Valentine's Day, also called St. Valentine's Day or the Feast of St. Valentine, is celebrated annually on February 14th. It originated as a Christian feast day honoring a martyr named Valentine, and through later folk traditions, it has also become a significant cultural, religious, and commercial celebration of romance and love in many regions of the world. There are a number of martyrdom stories associated with various St. Valentines connected to February 14th, including an account of the imprisonment of St. Valentine of Rome for ministering to Christians persecuted under the Roman Empire in the 3rd century. According to an early tradition, St. Valentine restored sight to the blind daughter of his jailer. Numerous later additions to the legend have better related it to the theme of love. Tradition maintains that St. Valentine performed weddings for Christian soldiers who were forbidden to marry by the Roman emperor. An 18th century embellishment to the legend claims he wrote the jailer's daughter a letter signed Your Valentine as a farewell before his execution. The 8th century Gelasian Sacramentary recorded the celebration of the Feast of St. Valentine on February 14th. The day became associated with romantic love in the 14th and 15th centuries when notions of courtly love flourished, apparently by association with the lovebirds of early spring. In 18th century England, it grew into an occasion for couples to express their love for each other by presenting flowers, offering confectionery, and sending greeting cards known as valentines. Valentine's Day symbols that are used today include the heart-shaped outline, doves, and the figure of the winged Cupid. In the 19th century, handmade cards gave way to mass-produced greetings. In Italy, St. Valentine's keys are given to lovers as a romantic symbol and an invitation to unlock the giver's heart, as well as to children to ward off epilepsy called St. Valentine's malady. St. Valentine's Day is not a public holiday in any country, although it is an official feast day in the Anglican Communion and the Lutheran Church. Many parts of the Eastern Orthodox Church also celebrate St. Valentine's Day on July 6th in honor of Roman presbyter St. Valentine, and on July 30th in honor of Hieromartyr Valentine, the Bishop of Interamna Modern Tourney.
According to the main article, St. Valentine. The history of Valentine Day. Shrine of St. Valentine in Whitefriars Street Carmelite Church in Dublin, Ireland. Numerous early Christian martyrs were named Valentine. The Valentines honored on February 14th are Valentine of Rome, Valentinus Presb M. Romi, and Valentine of Terni Valentinus Ep. Interamensis M. Romi. Valentine of Rome was a priest in Rome who was martyred in 269 and was buried on the Via Flaminia. The relics of St. Valentine were kept in the church and catacombs of San Valentino in Rome, which remained an important pilgrim site throughout the Middle Ages until the relics of St. Valentine were transferred to the Church of Santa Prassede. During the pontificate of Nicholas IV, 1288 to 1292, the flower-crowned skull of Saint Valentine is exhibited in the Basilica of Santa Maria in Cosmedin, Rome. Other relics are found at Whitefriars Street Carmelite Church in Dublin, Ireland. Valentine of Terni became Bishop of Interamna, now Terni, in central Italy, and is said to have been martyred during the persecution under Emperor Aurelian. In 273, he is buried on the Via Flaminia, but in a different location from Valentine of Rome. His relics are at the Basilica of Saint Valentine in Terni. Basilica del San Valentino. Professor Jack B. Orrick of the University of Kansas notes that abstracts of the acts of the two saints were in nearly every church and monastery of Europe. A relic claimed to be Saint Valentine of Terni's head was preserved in the Abbey of Newminster, Winchester, and venerated. The Catholic Encyclopedia speaks of a third saint named Valentine, who was mentioned in early martyrologies under date of February 14th. He was martyred in Africa with a number of companions, but nothing more is known about him. February 14th is celebrated as St. Valentine's Day in various Christian denominations. It has, for example, the rank of commemoration in the calendar of saints in the Anglican Communion. The feast day of Saint Valentine is given in the calendar of saints of the Lutheran Church. In the 1969 revision of the Roman Catholic calendar of saints, the feast day of Saint Valentine on February 14th was relegated from the general Roman calendar to particular local or even national calendars for the following reason. Though the memorial of Saint Valentine is ancient, it is left to particular calendars since, apart from his name, nothing is known of Saint Valentine except that he was buried on the Via Flaminia on February 14th. Therefore, as he remains within the Roman martyrology, he may be recognized optionally during Mass outside of Christmastide and Eastertide. The feast day is still celebrated in Balzan, Malta, where relics of the saint are claimed to be found, and also throughout the world by traditionalist Catholics who follow the older, pre-Second Vatican Council calendar. See General Roman Calendar of 1960. In the Eastern Orthodox Church, Saint Valentine is recognized on July 6th, in which Saint Valentine, the Roman presbyter, is honored. In addition, the Eastern Orthodox Church observes the feast of Hiero Martyr Valentine, Bishop of Interamna, on July 30th.
While the European folk traditions connected with Saint Valentine and Street Valentine's Day have become marginalized by modern customs connecting the day with romantic love, there are still some connections with the advent of spring. While the custom of sending cards, flowers, chocolates, and other gifts originated in the UK, Valentine's Day still remains connected with various regional customs in England. In Norfolk, a character called Jack Valentine knocks on the rear door of houses leaving sweets and presents for children. Although he was leaving treats, many children were scared of this mystical person. In Slovenia, Saint Valentine or Zdravko was one of the saints of spring, the saint of good health, and the patron of beekeepers and pilgrims. A proverb says that Saint Valentine brings the keys of roots. Plants and flowers start to grow on this day. It has been celebrated as the day when the first work in the vineyards and in the fields commences. It is also said that birds propose to each other or marry on that day. Another proverb says Valentine PRVI spamlet in Valentine, the first spring saint, as in some places, especially White Carniola, Saint Valentine marks the beginning of spring. Valentine's Day has only recently been celebrated as the Day of Love. The Day of Love was traditionally March 12th, the St. Gregory's Day, or February 22nd, St. Vincent's Day. The patron of love was St. Anthony, whose day has been celebrated on June 13th.
There is more information related to communication with romantic love, but this is a very long list, which I decided to leave it for later. And there's also a section related to celebration and status in the worldwide. But that's also a very long list, which I have to leave it on a side. There's also celebration in countries where they also did ban the holiday before, but now they have it in some way, which made me surprised. But I don't want you to fall asleep in mid of the video due to it being very long lists. But I will have them down below in the box where you can read it. Moving on, we're gonna go to the media side of the holiday. While I'm researching, there is some TV shows and movies that did have Valentine Special in it. And no joke, the list was so long, all the way from the 80s, 70s, I believe. And because the list is very long, I'm just gonna show some of the examples while we continue. But the list is very long, so I'm just gonna add it as well in the down below, where you can also read it. Who knows, maybe your favorite show or movie down there. It goes from family and friends to horror to documentaries to drama, soap opera, and other genres I never heard of. Who knows, maybe your favorite show have it. After that, we're gonna go right into the video games, and there is some games you can actually play with your partners with, but what I found it more interesting is the events in some of the games, which I'm gonna let Jane and Jake read it out for you. So here you go.
On February 8th, the fantasy MMORPG Rift launched a Valentine's Day sale that will run until February 15. For this special sale, several unique love-related items were added to the shop, such as lovely budgie troves and self-love bugs. Also, several portrait frames, such as the Golden Flower portrait, are 50% off, so players have a chance to update their look. But the part of this event that players are most excited for is the various boosts that begin on February 10 and continue until February 15. These boosts include double dungeon currency, double player XP, and double planerite, which makes this holiday perfect for players who want to level up or buy better items.
While advertising a giant sparkling chair, players can get called the Diamond Throne. The developers of the fantasy MMORPG Guild Wars 2 also announced that a Valentine's Day sale will be happening. This upcoming weekend, during the sale, players can get several romantic-themed items for 30% off. One of these items, the Romantic Gift Pack, gives the player a bouquet of roses and a box of chocolates, which are both used in costume brawls. The bouquet of roses is also available in the wedding preparation package that's also a part of this event. This package contains several items that are perfect for in-game weddings, such as the wedding attire outfit. Finally, the event will also have the Wings of Love backpack glider combo, which gives the player a special skin for their backpack and glider.
In the recent patch notes for one of the longest running MMORPGs, which also has some of the best customizable options, Ultima Online, the developers revealed that they're adding many new rewards and items. Some of these items are meant to celebrate the game's 25th anniversary, and longtime players or veterans will receive some exclusive rewards. Meanwhile, other items and updates are exclusively for Valentine's Day. From February 14 to March 2nd, Players can receive the Royal Taste Tester suit of armor, and friendship roses will also be given to players once per week in one of 6 different colors. Several in-game locations will have some updates related to the holiday as well.
At the beginning of last year, the social sim game Animal Crossing New Horizons received an update that finally added an in-game Valentine's Day event. From Feb 1 to Feb 14, players could buy a chocolate heart and a heart-shaped bouquet, which has 6 different color variations from Nook Shopping. Also, on the main day, Isabel and other villagers with high friendship will send the player a letter with either of those items. All of this returns for this year's Valentine's Day, with the last major update that happened at the end of last year also added another part to the event. Similar to the previous entries City Folk and New Leaf, Rooster will serve the player hot chocolate at the roost instead of coffee, regardless of the player's friendship with him.
In the fantastic free-to-play mobile game Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, players can participate in multiple Valentine's Day events throughout February. Beginning on February 4, all players received 1 box of Valentine's chocolates that they can give to only 1 villager until February 26. Depending on the villager's personality, the villager will respond by giving the player 1 of 8 types of letters and 1 of 3 types of cakes. If the player participates in that event, they will also get chocolate bar gifts that they can give to other players. When these gifts are opened, the recipient will obtain 1 of 10 random chocolate bar types. Along with all of this, the seasonal event Vintage Valentines also hosts several events during this month that give players special furniture and clothes.
Like to previous years, Fortnite is celebrating the romantic holiday in several ways in Fortnite Battle Royale. The epic outfit Lovethorn is once again available for purchase, which hasn't been available since last year's Valentine's Day event. Meanwhile, in Fortnite Creative, the Creative Mayhem tournament has returned with the theme Love is in the Air. For this event, players attempt to speedrun the Creative Mayhem map for a chance to compete with major content creators for a cash prize. Immediately after signing up, the player will obtain the Love Reigns emoticon, and the player can also get a Mace of Hearts pickaxe if they play on the map for at least 30 minutes.
In the latest update post from the fantasy MMORPG RuneScape, the developers announced that this year's Valentine's Day event, Valentine's Treasure Hunter, runs from February 10 to February 14. During this event, the main item from the 2016 Valentine's Day event, the Scepter of Enchantment, returns as a tradable item along with the Scepter's Charge Oil of Enchantment. Players can also pick up the Coin of Enchantment, which provides an extra XP buff that stacks with the Scepter. As the player obtains these prizes, they also get Heartments, which can be used to buy past Valentine's Day cosmetics and other rewards. Some of these rewards include the Masquerade outfit, Devotion Sprite pet, and Loved Up emote.
In 2010, the popular MMORPG World of Warcraft completely revamped their Valentine's Day event, Love is in the Air, which made it a several-week-long campaign filled with quests, holiday items, special achievements, and an optional boss, besides some added items and other updates. The event hasn't changed much since then, but it's still the perfect time for both new and old players to try to get some of those rare items. This year, the event runs from February 7th to February 21st. And once again, the main quest has the player investigate a new group called the Crown Chemical Company, who are selling some suspicious products, while completing the quests and fighting the seasonal boss Apothecary Hummel. The player can experience the old quest line, get rare mounts, buy seasonal items, and give lovely charm bracelets.
From February 10th of February 14, the augmented reality mobile game Pokemon Go is having its annual Valentine's Day event, which is filled with all kinds of special treats for players. Players can now catch the Generation 6 fairy-type Pokemon Flab, Float, and Florges, which can each be one of 5 different colors. Also, players around the world must work together to send 70 million gifts to their friends, so that every player can get a transfer candy bonus. Besides all of that, there are also event bonuses, such as the Buddy Pokemon giving more items, certain Pokemon like Luvdisc appearing more often, and the addition of new cosmetics like the Flabby shirt. There is also a limited-time new form change available for Furfrou, and new special attacks for Galad and Gardevoir.
Unlike the other games on this list, Final Fantasy XIV's holiday events have their own storylines that change and evolve over the years, along with the rest of the game. And the Valentine's Day event is no different. Since 2011, the events usually follow the in-game character Lisette de Valentione as she helps make each year's Valentine's Day a success. From February 8th to February 21st, players can help Lisette and her post-Muggles spread messages of love through 3 main quests, with the only requirement being that players need to be at least level 15. It's easy to join in on the festivities, obtain the 2 new limited-time items, and complete the Valentine's ceremony that was introduced in 2018.
And now, we made to the part where it's more fun and delicious. Out of curiosity, I wanted to see if there is a specific food for the holiday, and it seems there is some of it. Not fully for the holiday, but it is perfect if you want to make some for your own or for your loved ones. No joke, I loved some of them and they gave me a very comfy feeling. I'll leave the link of the page down below so you can grab some of these recipes and let me know which one you like the most. That's all I have found about Valentine's Day. Yes, I did not include everything under the sun, but I hope it was fun and hopeful nonetheless. Now I have something very nice to show you. Meet Rosalina. She was originally gonna be Raz in her Valentine dress, but the more I continue working on it, the more started to look like another character. And while I was doing the dress and the hat, it started to give me a Latina vibe. I don't know why or how, but the more I did it, the more I was happy with it nonetheless. I started to have more idea about her personality and her backstory, but I decided to leave it for another time. I have to say I am happy to make this video, even though it was not planned in the first place, but it helped me to look into the holiday and it gave me more information about the holiday than I thought it will be out there. I have to admit I did have like very genetic idea about the holiday until I looked up, and there is more I have learned than I thought I would, like the list of the countries that used to ban the holiday before it opened it again, and the other things that other countries do, like the difference between the holiday in Jamaica versus Japan versus Iraq. Like there are so many differences. But regardless, I hope you did enjoy today's video, and I hope your Valentine is fun and filled with love and happiness, because I know many of us do need a lot of love and happiness, even though it's not from a lover, at least from family member or a friend, or at least your pet, because we know that pets love to give love and attention. And as a matter of fact, I feel like you all deserve a big heart of chocolate with a little bit of hot cocoa on the side. I know I would need that right now. But that's all I have for today, and the lesson of today is do not fall for the I'm so lonely trope on the internet, because we know how the internet sometimes love to trash us. So without further ado, do not fall for it. Always try to treat yourself while this holiday come. Just get yourself some chocolate, some limited edition treats or coffee or whatever out there at the market. Just treat yourself. Just give yourself more love because you deserve it. Without further ado, masalama, bye bye. Please take care and be safe out there. And I mean it. Get yourself a hot cocoa.